I have so many mixed feelings about this episode. It was really one strange of an episode. It was really emotional and at the same time it did get boring. But now we are going to review Dragon Ball Super episode 127 and let's begin. The approaching wall, the final barrier of hope. And now, of course, the episode started where the last one was left off with Jiren powering up. And basically you could see with the animation that they used there with the effects that the shit was getting real. Okay? It was getting real. You could feel it. It was very well done. And you see like Jiren having 3 auras or 2. He's like burning in flames. It was done very well. And I do enjoy that. But as I said, it was a moment done for us, the fans, to actually realize that Jiren is being serious. But in case that the fans didn't get, Vegeta notices that Jiren is now a lot stronger and serious because he doesn't have his teammates around anymore. But still, Jiren has to kinda say something back and he goes like, you can't win. Simply as that. And Vegeta doesn't take that very well, you could assume, because he is not getting. He goes to his Beyond Super Saiyan Blue form, or Super Saiyan Bluer, however you wanna call it, and that's kinda weird. In the last episode, it was said that he has no energy left whatsoever. At least, I was hoping for the writer to actually come up with something. At least do something interesting, man. Just have something in there. But no, Vegeta goes like straight up, Beyond Super Saiyan Blue, like it's nothing, even though it should be even heavier on the body than Super Saiyan Blue itself. And remember when Goku couldn't tap into Super Saiyan Blue and he had to go through all of these Super Saiyan forms? And we were all complaining about Goku. Well, this took it in a whole different level. Actually, Goku's one didn't really bother me that much because it's not the first time. I mean, in the Buu Saga or Buu arc, we had Goku basically low on stamina, very low, and he asked Vegeta for just 1 minute to hold off Kid Buu so he can regain his stamina. We know the story there, but still, this what Dragon Ball Super did is nothing really new with Dragon Ball in general, because as I said, it was used on the Buu arc, in the manga, and also in the anime. Goku asked for just 1 minute. And basically, Goku got that. Vegeta? No, man. 10 seconds, Jiren powers through. That's it. Because, let's face it, it wasn't it wasn't 10 seconds for us, but definitely it was for the guys on the tournament. Maybe even less, as far as we could say. But still, we have to just move on with this. Vegeta rushes, then Goku joins in, then Android 17 joins in, and we get some of the worst reused animation on this arc. This arc has kinda been known for reused animation because Toei of course wanted to win on time with their tight schedule that they fucked up so many times, and they have done it yet again. I actually have a video in which you can find on the channel and also in the description down below where I talked about why episode 123 and 124 in particular were badly produced, I should say. And basically what I went through there, if you want more details you can go and watch it, but as I explained it there, they reuse animation in order to win themselves more time. Toei is really tight on schedule at the moment, and I assume that they are working or putting more effort on episode 129, 130 and 131. This is just my assumption right now, but I do believe that they are paying more attention to those 3 episodes, which of course are going to be the last things happening on tournament and also the Dragon Ball Super wrap-up episode. How it is going to end it, we don't have that many episodes left. Only 3, damn it, I can't speak. But still, as I said, reused animation didn't really bug me through this arc, but here it was done so badly that I couldn't even stand it. 17 felt so off there, and also all what they did is just make Vegeta without clothes. That's all what they changed there. Same stance for Jiren, defending the same. It's just that you had the 17 legs showing up and his hands, his fists, I should say. That's it. But still, yes, then something weird really happens. As Jiren is about to crush Vegeta, 17 saves him. And what Vegeta does? Goes like, damn you, android. You didn't have to save me. I can do this on my own. Yes, I know that I can't voice act to save my life. But you gave Vegeta all of that development through this arc to ruin it there? Seriously? Like, did you really need to do that? Because let me tell you why it doesn't make sense. All of this time, Vegeta has been pushing for survival. Vegeta is arrogant, Vegeta is selfish, that is what we know. They never got out of the character with him, they still kept him on the character while developing him. It was a very good development, I didn't have any problem with that, and I appreciated it. But this was so unnecessary, this was so not needed, that I don't even know where to begin talking about it. It got me so annoyed that it was basically very close to ruin this episode with that moment. Why is Vegeta doing that? Why does he have to say that? Basically, a moment later, Vegeta rushes at Jiren. He just could have done that. Damn you bastard, make him say that, and that's it. No interaction whatsoever with 17 was needed there. Nothing was needed. Have him dash or basically just rush at Jiren. That's it, just like he does. There was no point to have that. This is what I call a very poor writing, and it all comes down from the director that was given this episode. Really, up until this point, he didn't do a good job at all directing it. Things changed, grandly, yes, I could say, but until then, it was very poorly done, and that's the thing. The worst thing about this is that Toei was just trying to buy time. They didn't try to get you hooked up on the episode at all, because we knew that something special was going to happen. So they used that at their own advantage. Their lazy asses used that at their own advantage and actually just made us waste like, 10 minutes? Maybe not 10 minutes, but like 7 minutes. Gruntly, I would say very, very poorly done. Nothing was happening in there, just like the same things over and over and over and over again. But still, yeah, Goku joins the battle with Jiren. But one interesting thing that actually Jiren did, when Vegeta rushed at him, he grabbed his fist and tells him, oh, now I can see why you beat Topo. So basically, Jiren confirms that Vegeta is stronger than Hakaijin or God of Destruction Topo. No question there's no need to power scalers, no need to scale their powers, I should have said. Not power scalers, but scale their fucking powers. There was no need for that. Vegeta is stronger than Topo. Jiren confirms it bluntly. He just tells you that. Maybe that was Show's way to tell us. Okay, you power scalers, I'm sorry, you're not going to make a video on this. Okay? You're not. That's what they were trying to do. Not really, but still. So yeah, Jiren beats Goku and Vegeta once again pretty badly, as I should say. But still, he's not focused because he lost track of somebody. And he cannot feel that somebody's key. So basically, he's kind of blinded when it comes to finding where his opponent is coming. Oh yeah, 17 is right behind him and ready to give to us one epic moment. Finally, the episode starts to get better. Finally, finally we see some development on the episode. Granted, we are like 8 or 9 minutes in, or maybe even more, because I watched it raw. But that was a waste. Up until that point, everything that happened was a waste. And one interesting thing that was mentioned is that Android 17, when grabbed basically Jiren, he was thinking of self-sacrificing, but he decided against it because it would be no use whatsoever. But granted, he managed to rip off a little bit of Jiren's shirt, and we see shirts getting ripped off even more after that. But one thing that I should say is that, have we seen Jiren more mad than when 17 ripped off his shirt? He goes like, "You bastard!" I never saw Jiren like that. It was weird, special, I would say. But yeah, let's move on. So now Goku is finally coming to realization that strong key attacks might actually work, and 17 told us that. When strong key attacks have not worked on Dragon Ball, can someone tell me that? I really need somebody to explain to me how the fuck that does make sense. How on earth that makes sense, or how on World of Void that makes sense. Like literally, Dragon Ball is all about stronger key, the more chances you have to win. Stronger key, the more chances you have to win. But no. Goku goes like, "Oh Vegeta, let's go right at him," and they go right at him to get their asses kicked once again. And Goku this time can't believe that their teamwork didn't work. Yeah, or their setup, or whatever. Granted, that hasn't been working in the last 4 minutes, I should say, or 5 inside the tournament, and 5 episodes for us. Because it started in episode 122, I should say. Maybe 123, let's say it. So it's 4 minutes. You did not realize that your teamwork is not really going through. It took you that long. And do you know what's so wrong with this? Goku is actually a very sharp thinker when it comes to fighting. He's very smart and he's very sharp. But poor writing, no ideas whatsoever, puts this. This, in terms of the smaller things, is the worst episode of Tournament when it comes to writing. The worst episode. There is actually no attention whatsoever paid to the there is no attention whatsoever paid to the details. They basically just focus on the big things. What 17 is going to do. They teased us a little bit with him wanting to sacrifice himself, but it's kinda, I'm really sorry guys, it's very hard for me right now to find words because I'm like 30 hours without sleep, having 2 exams and actually traveling, so that's quite a burden on me, and I really apologize for that, but this episode really took everything out of me. But now we have something cool as Jiren goes like, oh no, actually before 17 shows up, we have somebody else. Oh yeah, Frieza is back on stage. Yes, Frieza is back on stage. Not back on stage, but back on action. He tells Goku exactly what he tells Jiren exactly what he told Goku before basically Goku gave him the last blow despite not killing him. He goes like, "You will be defeated by me." Those exact words were used. Boy, are they loving the Namek arc, Frieza. Granted, Frieza showed up on the mini Future Trunks arc, or Mecha Frieza arc, however you wanna call it. So they are just basically taking references, and this was good actually compared to some of the others. This was actually good, very well done. I give them that. Jiren then smashes Frieza into the rocks. Frieza and him getting smashed into the rocks. A better love story than Twilight, I'm telling you that. But Frieza actually goes golden. And we don't get that usual animation where they have been reusing it ever since Frieza showed it up. Yes, it was cool at first, but did you guys really not get bored of it? Like, at all? Because I certainly did, and I know many fans that did. So this was something fresh, new, something that we needed. It was cool. I enjoyed that. But yeah, there is no use whatsoever. Jiren blasts Frieza. And Frieza is out of our sight again. And actually Jiren realizes that Goku is not in no state of fighting. Frieza is in no state of fighting. Vegeta is no state of fighting. So Android 17 is the only one left, and he tells him, well, you have no chance whatsoever. What are you going to do alone? But actually 17 is kinda positive by going like, number 7 is going to win this. So now it's time for them to take a different approach. Finally, now it's time for them to take a different approach. As Belmont now shows up to the scene and tells Android 17, what will you do if you survive? What will you wish for with the Super Dragon Balls? But 17 tells him that his wish is a cruise ship to travel around with his family. That's cute! But don't you have the normal Dragon Balls there to use? Like, I think that Shenron should be able to grant you that wish, and you don't actually need to spend these Super Dragon Balls or use these Super Dragon Balls who are levels higher, like you can't even compare them. It was cute, but as I said, it goes back to the problem that they don't pay attention to details on this episode at all, and this is so frustrating. But now, let's continue with the episode, as 17 asks Jiren what he wants to wish for. Oh boy, finally we are going to learn what Jiren is going to wish for. It was teased in the manga, also in the anime. But Belmont says that he will explain why Jiren is so obsessed with strength. Or did I miss something from that? If I missed something from this, actually let me know in the comments down below, because I think I did. And it doesn't make sense. But still, now let's go back to the main part, and this is something very cool, as we finally get a Jiren backstory and why Jiren is so obsessed with strength. Jiren's family was killed by a bad guy. Wow, I did a video on December, around the beginning of December, or maybe the end of November. It should be the beginning of December when these chapter 30, I'm not sure which chapter came out. Actually, maybe I fucked up with this number. I can't really remember on top of my head which chapter it was that we finally saw Jiren on the manga too, and I brought things together, and I actually said that Jiren wants, or basically Jiren comes from a hard time. He has had a very hard time growing up, and it is basically confirmed as he saw his family being killed by a bad guy. And I did indeed enjoy the animation there. Actually, when they didn't reuse the animation and it was something fresh, it was very good. The shading was unbelievable. But now let's continue with Jiren. Jiren was rescued by a man who became his master, who Jiren trained under. And they actually gained a bunch of comrades who fought with Jiren against that bad guy who killed his family. And the end result was Jiren losing everyone and being left alone. Completely alone. Since he wasn't alone at first, he had his master there. Now Jiren is completely alone. And he came to the realization that the only way to bring justice is with power. He needs to get stronger. That was his motivation, and that is why Jiren is so strong. But didn't Belmont say that Jiren has never lost to somebody in his life? Well, granted, Jiren was very young, as they showed it, but still, doesn't that count as a loss? Maybe. I'm not really sure. But this was kinda cool, yes, I know it had its own problems, but they had to fit it somehow, because yeah, Toei are fucking lazy, man, and if this episode didn't confirm it to you, then I don't know what will. But basically, 17 thought like many people did tend to think of Jiren like this one arrogant, really bad guy, but he's not. He's just coming from a very, very hard childhood, growing up, he had a very hard time, and basically he became ice cold. Struggling. Of course, he then found friends, they formed the Pride Troopers, all of that. He found the Prime Troopers. I'm not really sure about this part, actually. I will check the episode once again. But still, I don't think it is that important on the grand scheme. I might do a separate video on this, see where they fucked up, because I know they have, because not many things did really sleep on me when they explained that. But still, it was cool. They at least gave a backstory. So yeah, then Jiren goes like, okay, it's time to finish you guys off. Powers up is key. And 17 is not going to give up. Yeah, my boy 17 is not going to give up. I do enjoy his character arc on tournament. It's very cool. He brings up a bunch of warriors there in order to try and stop Jiren's attack. He kinda pushes Jiren to use a bit more of his power, but simply he's not going to win it. Goku and Vegeta still can't get up. And how many times did we see the same shot of Goku and Vegeta on laying on ground like that? Dozens. But yeah. Then 17 decides to do something. He asks Goku to win this tournament. Actually, not really, but he said that you really owe me a big thanks for actually giving up on my wish. On my ship wish. I'm giving up on that. So appreciate it and thank me for it. Yeah, we know that something is coming. Probably at first it feels like I'm saving your ass, so you have to thank me. But giving up on his wish, something is about to happen, and BAM! A huge explosion. Everyone, the arena is crumbling. It is split in so many parts as it is left in a very little part. So much about the strongest metal on Omniverse. Grand Prix or Daishikan, so much about that. These guys have been crushing it a lot. Coming to think of it, when the Gods of Destruction fought, they were nowhere near doing this much damage. But granted, they weren't showing their full power, or maybe they're not even as strong as these guys are. We still don't know about it. So it is, interestingly, it has emotions with what 17 is doing there, as Goku tells 17 first, run away. Cool character development there. Not really development, but after what you did to Goku on this episode, I don't even know what to say, man. It was cool. 18 does the same, cheering on her brother, telling him to just get away from that. But actually something interesting has happened. Huge explosion, as I said before. Huge explosion. Goku is showing up, Vegeta showed up, no signs of 17 whatsoever. Android 17 has sacrificed himself. He did not just leave the stage, but he has actually sacrificed himself, which I'm going to need to watch the episode once again on why did he do that. Oh yeah, I don't actually need, I just figured it out here. To basically get rid of that attack, he needed to use every little bit of his power that he had inside. Because, as explained before, they don't have unlimited power. They just have unlimited ki. That's it. They don't run out of stamina and ki. That's all what they have. So I'm talking all what they have with 17 and 18, referring to them. And you can see that my tiredness is starting to kick in, so I should really wrap this up very soon. As 17 has to do something about that attack, so the only way is to get rid of it by using something bigger. Every little bit of his power goes BAH, so it doesn't hit Goku and Vegeta, who are protected by his barrier, so they are not caught into the explosion. That, if I wasn't this tired, probably that scene would hit me much more, and the moment I'm going to wake up next morning, it is definitely going to. 3 minutes left, Vegeta is not giving up, Goku is not giving up, they are back up. Episode was shit in general, just saved by 2 or 3 cool moments. Overall, that doesn't cut for me. If I had to give it a rating to it, it was 3 out of 10 at best. And all of these 3 just because of these 3 cool moments and nothing more with it. 17 is gone. He's not just gone out of the stage, but actually dead. Most likely that is made to basically have Goku wish for everyone back. That's what I think it was. I need to break it down even more, but that's what I think it was. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I really apologize for being so tired. I'm gonna try to work a little bit more, push myself through a little bit more, and see where I'm going to go. Have a great time, guys. Don't forget to subscribe with notifications enabled, and bye.